what I find more interesting was the stuff that DHL showed, because their approach was not to deliver to the end customer. Their approach was more to have drones delivered to local post offices, and then have a dedicated landing site there. You land there, you drop your package, you take off, and you go back to your logistics center, right? And you pick up the next package or something. That makes more sense because you have a controlled environment. You can land, you know it's safe, or you can ensure it's safe. So it makes much more sense than the end customer delivery. And from a regulation point of view, yes, the UK is a very good example. Would be great if other companies or other countries would adopt that. In the European Union, there's actually a group, an EU official group that started looking at this, and I think they want to try to adopt within the European Union on a consolidated basis a similar approach to what the UK did. I hope that would be great, but it's just the EU. Not many people care about that. But then most countries have to go their own way, and that's really hard to get common ground here.
Do you find it easier to establish it in Hong Kong?
From our point of view, again, we build a camera system that can be mounted on any drone, right? And we not particularly target the Hong Kong market very much. So flying in Hong Kong has its challenges. There are certain areas that are absolutely restricted to fly. Anything nearby a heliport within 5 kilometers, that's half of Hong Kong, right? It's kind of like so you get 3 heliports or 4 in Victoria Harbour. And so practically all Victoria Harbour is gone, and then you have the airport and all these areas. You can't fly, and you have a lot of tall buildings you might hit. So in Hong Kong, it's a bit more challenging to fly. We go to remote places like Lama Island.
So with that, I'm going to have to cut you short on that because we have barely enough time for a quick yes or no question. The question has to be short, the answer has to be shorter.
We just have time for one last question.
I'll let Varun make the call. You can call.
It's going to be really quick.
You can ask who's going to.
I think we'll ask the gentleman here, just out of respect. Thank you, sir.
I just want to ask the cloud computing. What about the security, issues when you're, using computers from Poland, from Germany, from Hong Kong, and so forth, and particularly insensitive. Like I'm from the banking sector. I mean, how do you worry about these, the securities, the issues, using different computers?
That might not be a yes or no question. Security is a big part of the cloud, and I think it's a big concern and probably a reason why a lot of people don't move to the cloud. But when you're running your programs on the cloud or in the cloud, it doesn't matter whether you're running it on Amazon Web Services or Google or my platform or somebody else's. At the end of the day, whoever has access to the physical machine can ultimately get access to the data that's on it, and that's just a limitation of the current hardware. That's definitely something that is a concern. One interesting bit of research, and if we're talking about the future, I'll just mention this briefly. There's actually a lot of research at the moment going into something called homomorphic encryption, which it's a really wanky word, but basically the idea is if you can operate on encrypted data and get the same result out as if you operated on the original data, then you can run your program in the cloud and nobody's ever going to see your original data. So that is a pretty interesting, it's a pretty hardcore kind of mathematical area of research, but I think that's something that is getting a lot of interest right now. The idea that eventually you'll be able to use computational cloud services, but without ever decrypting your data.
All right, thank you. With that,
I'd just like to call on Troy from Evernote, because there's one last final giveaway here. It's this amazing Evernote Moleskine book, and he's going to just give you a short explanation on what it does. It's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Troy.
Well, I think I did. So, it has stickers in the back of it, and you can put a sticker on anything. You just take notes like you normally do. You put a sticker on a page, and you can program your phone to automatically file that as a note in a particular notebook with a particular tag, that kind of a thing. So it's pretty cool. And it recognizes it when you take a picture with Evernote.
It's a little black book. He used it with his, remember his pink one? I love you, I'll see you later, you plus me equals date. I take attention. Yeah,
but don't worry, this doesn't give out secrets.
known as the little black book, the world hasn't changed.
Yeah, but this doesn't give out secrets, so don't worry. So, one lucky person here.
Oh, great. Well, that's why everyone was jumping up to you. They're just loving you.
So, the lucky person is?
Peter Kwong.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the future of technology as we all know it, but before this all ends, we students from TecHKU, CUHK and UST, along with, I'd just like to call on a couple of people who really worked very hard to get this event in such a short time. Natalie from TecHKU, if she's around here. Natalie, please come on stage. I found this interesting young fellow on campus once when I was just roaming around, and I saw this small poster which said that we just run a small technology blog for Hong Kong. And this guy has been responsible for the venue, for all the logistics and the hard work that's gone into this. Donald, come up.
Shameless promo here. If you don't have this card, we'll be giving it out. Check out our blog, check out our site.
Yeah, if Donald's done some shameless promotion, even I'll do a bit. Arjun, an MBA friend of mine, and I have started a blog on drones. It's called dronetales.com. And just making a pitch to Patrick here, maybe we could get some advertisements on the site, maybe. Well, we can take that offline. But CUHK, is there any representative from CUHK here? Okay, Ariadna's left. So it's TecHKU, CUHK, and TecHKUST together, bringing you the future of technology for the first time at Hong Kong University, at least. I hope you all have had a good time here. It's been a lot of stuff has happened back end to put this together in terms of the flyers, in terms of the emails, and I hope none of you found it too difficult to get to this location, because I had to really make it very explicit in the emails that I spammed you with. But nonetheless, thank you so much for being here. And as a note of thanks to all the people that we have on the dais here, we will just have a small prize, not prize, but a gift distribution, a souvenir, a memento giving ceremony to, we'll start off with Sir from Slicify, Mr. Steve Cook. We can just have, thank you sir for sharing this whole concept of cloud computing. I mean, I personally just fancied the word, but I'm sure a lot of people just got to know what exactly it is today. Drones, of course, we'll probably see them flying around sooner or later. So thanks to Patrick from Skydrone. I'm currently doing an internship with Easy Taxi, and Blake was very kind to come here and hand that banner up here, and I hope a lot of you have downloaded the app. And the next time that we have this event, I hope a lot of you raise your hand saying that you've used a taxi in Hong Kong. It's a really cool service. So that's Blake from Easy Taxi. 2 months ago, actually 3 months ago, I went to Web Wednesday, which is hosted by Napoleon Biggs here, and I went because I use this app, and I was very excited with the fact that this company was actually coming and speaking there. So I had Troy and Jeremy there from Evernote, and what started off just as a normal conversation led into an MBA event by Evernote at TecHKU MBA, which was again partnered with TecHKU UST and CUHK, and this partnership just kept building on, and the whole enthusiasm has actually got them to fly down specially today for this event. So a huge round of applause, and thank you to Troy and Jeremy from Evernote. They've been really kind, and this is one green elephant you wouldn't mind having anywhere in your life. Trust me on this one.
He's one of the weird ones, so that's fine.
It's good to be weird today, yeah. It's good to be weird. And last but not the least, well, I don't know how I should be thanking him, because he'll probably have better words to thank himself, because he's just too cool with this. But Napoleon Pigs Wednesday, guys. You're welcome. Big thank you to our lovely professor here, Professor Abhishek Katuria, who's really inspired someone like me to think about the future with the famous quote that the future is now, it's just not evenly distributed. So a warm round of applause for Professor here. Thank you to all the students, all the ones that you see standing up there. You can just turn around. Yeah, all of them, and a few of them seated somewhere, and the one Ray here with the camera, she's been so kind. Arjun with the camera, Gaurav with the camera. We just have cameras, yeah. We probably have drones next time flying around there. So that could be cool, yeah. And last but not the least, big thank you to all of you. This wouldn't have been possible without all of you. We had booked Room C down, which was a capacity of 110. I let the registrations open, and on the first day we had 100, and it just kept filling on until the last day we had over 350. So in a short span, we just managed to get this auditorium today. A lot of people, a big sorry for having you wait outside, but I'm glad this worked out. So thank you very much. This is Varun Thakur signing off. We can have a small session of networking outside with everyone, so anybody personal